Hey guys, what's going on? Um, Another wonderful day, another wonderful morning that I've been blessed to see, so I always thank God. I'm driving, as you can see, so I'm just kind of taking advantage of these red light situations. Anyway, I was asked a question by Miss Lola Verk. How would she go about doing harmony past three parts? And as the way I do it, how do I do the take six harmonies and use the app and do it all by myself? Well, first of all, in all fairness, I have to admit, in one of my videos I've already said it. Is this? Yeah, it's recording. I have to use my rear camera because my front camera's broken. I was born with a gift, and they say that studies have shown that 1 in 10,000 people are born with perfect pitch. That's what I have. I can pull a note out of thin air. I can name all of the notes in a chord without having to go to a piano. It's something my brain has been given, that type of tuning. God gifted me with that. So it's not something that you're just going to be able to do overnight. For me, my thing is not so much as getting it done, but it's the efficiency, it's the accuracy. I go for perfection. Now, for someone who doesn't have perfect pitch, or if you can do it in three-part harmony, evidently you have good pitch. You can work with that. It may take you a little longer, or it may not. But for each part, here's my suggestion. If you can pick out a part, you become that part. It's like singing in a group. If you sing in a group with three or more, or even in just a duet, you're going to benefit from paying attention to the other person's part as well. Because say if someone doesn't show up, or if there's a part missing, well, quite naturally a duet or a trio is a little bit different. But when you're dealing with multiple parts past maybe 4, if you know a person's part, sometimes you can cover a part, you can jump back and forth. But it's important to learn the part as if it's your own. Now, the special thing with Take 6 is not only their tight and complex harmony, but in my opinion, the toughest note to learn is the baritone. And up until a few years ago, when Cedric Dent was the baritone, you had Cedric Dent, now it's Christian Dentley. And he inherited a part that's one of the toughest. Sometimes Cedric's note seems to disappear, and it's not because he's not singing loud enough, but if you pay attention to how music works, especially with the bass, if there's a low note and the baritone is singing the fifth, the bass is that much more rich, and it seems like it disappears, but you really have to pay attention. What I've done was I've listened to their music. I listen to a lot of the chord movers and things of that nature, because it's what they do. But on my phone, I turn down the bass and I turn up and play with some of the equalizing components in music. It's really tough to get their stuff. I don't care how good you are. It's tough because they have certain nuances and the harmonies and certain movements, and sometimes, even though there are 6 of them, sometimes they only sing 3 or 4 parts before they branch off into the harmony. You have to listen for things like that. It can be tough, but if you listen to some of the videos that I've done using multiple harmony, even if it's not take 6, each part is individual, and you have to sing as though you're that individual. Even if you have to go to a piano, do it. I don't have to go to a piano, but that's only because, like I said, I've been given perfect pitch. Perfect pitch is something you won't find a lot of people having. I don't care how well you sing, how well you play an instrument. You don't run into it that often. I've only met 2 people in life other than myself that have it. You can listen to some of your famous singers, your famous musicians, and things of that nature. Most of them don't have it. I heard Yanni has it. Yanni is another awesome, phenomenal performer on the piano. He's amazing. I've heard that he has it, but it's not something you find every day. But what you do is you're really going to have to listen, and even if you need a piano to play some of those chords, and sometimes they seem so weird. But another thing is also, if you can actually understand the chords you're hearing, if you listen to their music, it all flows. It does. So you have to understand the chord, how it flows, how the notes fit in there, where everything belongs, and go with that if that's of any help. I hope that I was able to help you out some. But like I said, it's going to take some perseverance, because even with me, here's another thing. I've heard people do some Take 6 harmony on Instagram. I heard a guy, he's pretty good, but he had the same problem I had for a while. You have to find Cedric's note in some of those places. And it's not that he's not a strong singer, but that baritone is the glue that holds that harmony together, and the bass just does something else so special. Even if you don't get all of the harmony right, I think the key thing is to make sure that it's done in excellence and that it sounds good to the ear. Because there's a guy that did Spread Love, and he had some help. I think he had some auto tuning or some type of tuning that he did for look it up. This guy did. I think his name is George Castellano, something like that. He did Spread Love. All of the harmony wasn't exact, but it was really nice, and it did sound nice to the ears. And I think that's what you want. You want quality, and you want to be happy with it. I hope this was able to help you out. And if you or anyone else needs any other type of help or advice, not that I know everything, but I'll share what I've been taught, and I'll share what I've learned always. I love you guys. God bless.